Okay, Sam, so what we're going to do next is we're going to add in an ordered list just to get a little bit of practice. And that's going to go into the main section under the hello world tags here. So ordered lists are a little different than unordered lists. So OL, add that in, LI, add that in, and then we will make one list item oranges, and then we'll do another one, return LI, oops, start over, LI, list item, and then apples. And so ordered lists, if we take a look at that in Chrome and refresh, they actually have, instead of bullet points like the unordered list, the ordered list has numbers. And then let's see what else. Oh, let's put another paragraph tag underneath the H4. So start typing in P to get paragraph, and then this is my new website. Command S that, and then we'll just take a quick look in Chrome to see what paragraphs look like again. Okay, we also have a P tag down here in the footer, but so we have a pretty basic web page going on here. We've experimented with a couple different tags. Let's try adding in something a little more complicated. Let's add an image in. So let's go to Chrome. Let's look up images, maybe like a dog image. Go to images. It doesn't have to be a large image. So find an image of a dog. Maybe I like this one. So control click on that, open image in new tab, and then control click on it again, save image as. So you can get it at the full size, and then go into your documents folder, into your electronic design 2 folder, your root folder, and then let's make a new folder called images. We'll create that, and let's name this dog. We'll save that. Okay, so let's go into Atom, and we're going to add the image in right below the main tag, right above the Hello World headings. So let's type in image, click there. So the source of the image would actually be, if we open up our images folder, you can see it here. So we want to tell the browser to look in the root folder. So we'll do a /, and then images. We want to name it exactly how we named it. And then dog.jpeg. So this one has a JPEG instead of JPG, so we want to put JPEG. We want to name that exactly like it is. And then our alt tag, we need to put that in there. Cute picture of a dog. This alt tag is for screen readers, for people that use screen readers to view the web that are visually impaired. So we need to help those people with disabilities understand what this image is by describing it to them. So that's what the alt tag is. So Command S that to save it. And then let's go back to our web page and push refresh. And that brought it in full size to our page. So let's find another image of a cat and go to images, find one that you like. It doesn't have to be big. This one's this one's very big. I don't think I want to go for that. I want actually kind of a smaller image so that it's not huge on my page. It's funny how all of these are actually quite large. How big is this one? Yeah, all of these are really big. This one's a little smaller. I don't know. Maybe I'll go for this one, I guess, since it's small. Control, open image in new tab, control click, and then we'll just do save image as, and then cat, and save that into our images folder within our root folder. Go to Atom. So let's go ahead and copy this main. Actually, let's add in some sections. So sections are just ways of dividing up content further. So start typing in section. You'll get a close tag here. So let's just add all of this image through the ordered list. So Command X that to cut it, put it in the section, and Command V it to paste it within that section. So we have one section here, and then let's create another section with all the same stuff in it. So Command C, all of that, push return and Command V. So now we have two sections with exactly the same thing, except we're going to change this to cat. Now if you brought in a PNG file instead of a JPEG, you might have to change the extension, the file extension, just depending on what the name of your cat file is exactly, because it needs to match exactly. So if we go back to Chrome, back to our web page and push refresh, we scroll down, our cat image is now in there, and we have a some repetition of things here because we copied and pasted. But so now we have two sections on our site. It's just one way of kind of dividing up things. Okay, we did that. So in order to size images, you might want to, just to make it look cleaner, and also, like, these are really pretty big images, and if you put in too big of images into websites, it takes forever for them to load. And if your website takes a long time to load, a lot of people will click away from your website because they're like, I don't have the patience for this. So in order to resize websites, you're going to want to do File, New, and put this on pixels. Maybe we want these to be 250 by 250, both of them, the image of the cat and the dog. And we can make the resolution, I'm going to make it 100 instead of 72, just because, keep it in RGB. That's fine. So push create. So here we go. This is really got stretched out somehow. Kind of bring that in a little bit. Okay, so now we'll bring in the cat and the dog image. So we'll do a File, Place Embedded, go to that Images folder, I think it's this one probably, and bring in the cat. And then it came in on its own layer, which is great. And then File, Place Embedded, the dog as well. And that came in on its own layer, which is good. And so I can save this file. Place. You might need to push return, and then do a Command S or Command Shift S for a save as. And in your images, you can say dog cat resize. We can save it as the Photoshop file so that it has all of the layers. Obviously, you're not going to use a Photoshop file in your actual code of your website, but and then we can actually turn off the eyeballs and then do File, Export as JPEG. Works well, unless you want a PNG, which would be good for, like, if you had a transparent background. If you want to preserve that, you have to use a PNG, but a JPEG is good if you don't have that. So I'm going to name this dog smaller, or dog resize JPEG. Save that, turn that eyeball off, turn on the cat, and actually the background too, because that looks better. And then File, Export as. I'm going to do another JPEG. This is the size, 250 by 250. All this looks pretty good. Export. And then we'll just name this cat resize in the Images folder as a JPEG. And then if we go into our code and add them, and then just change this to cat resize.jpg, because the name slightly changed, and then dog resize. Make sure I spell everything right, and if you spell something wrong, spell it wrong again, because otherwise it won't hook up. And then if we refresh, we have nice, neat little images that won't take forever to load. You know, you don't always have to make them this size, but it's nice, you know, if you resize images, is what I'm trying to say, do it in Photoshop, so that you aren't increasing the load time of your web page. Oh yeah, and one thing we didn't do, we didn't put the alt tag on the cat, so we just need to make sure that we do the alt tags. And then that's it, basically. So next time for class, hopefully you can make it, if you haven't already, and then let me know if you can, and then we'll add on CSS on the top of this.